Hey guys, so for your grid drawing, you are going to be doing a 1 inch by 1 inch grid. So the paper that I'm going to give you is 8 by 10 inches, give or take a little bit depending on how awesome my cutting skills are. So 8 by 10, so this is 10, this is 8. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a ruler, and then you're going to need a pencil. And you're going to be doing inches, so make sure that you're using the inches side and not the centimeters, or that will take you forever. So if you notice on the ruler right here, this first little hash mark is 0. So when you line up your paper to start measuring, you need to make sure you line it up on 0 and not at the end. That is not 0, and it will mess up. So being precise is very important when you're doing your grid, or else your drawing will be completely off. It could shift your nose or your eye, and it could make it look really wonky. So go ahead and line up right here on the edge, and I'm gonna lay my paper back down so I can have a flat surface. Some people find it easier to put like a little piece of tape on the ends of their paper and tape it to the table. That's fine if you want to do that, but just be really careful that the tape doesn't rip your paper. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny dot, and I'm talking tiny dot, at each inch. So I'm going to start by doing that. I'm going to put a tiny little dot. The smaller the dot, the more precise that your measurements are going to be. If your dot is huge, then it's going to throw it off a little bit because the dot is going to be really big and you're not going to know exactly where to match it up. So I'm going to continue making my dots all the way down. Oh, and I'm sorry, this is actually 8 by 11 inches. So you don't need to put a dot here at the end because it's the end of the paper. That's all you need to do. And then now I'm going to slide my ruler down, and I'm gonna go ahead and line up my ruler right here with the first hash mark on the edge of the paper, and I'm gonna mark all the way down this side now. Same thing. So a tiny dot at each hash. You don't need to make anything huge. Now remember, this is the paper that you're drawing on, so you want all of your lines to be super light, because you're gonna have to erase these later, and you also don't want it to look like your person has like a grid over their face. So you're gonna be erasing these as you go, so make sure you do this super light, okay? So now it's pretty simple. All you have to do is connect this dot down to this dot with your straight edge. So what I like to do is I like to hold my ruler onto the 2 dots, here to here, and I check twice. So I'm checking here to make sure it's lined up, I'm checking here, and then I check back here, and then I hold my fingers down really tight without moving, and then a super light line. So like you should barely be able to see this line. So same thing. The lighter the better, because I promise you'll be able to see this. So just a super light line, and I'm gonna keep going all the way across. I'm gonna go all the way down, okay? So for the sake of time, I'm not gonna measure all the way down. But now, after I'm finished and I've measured lines all the way down, now I need to turn my paper, or I can turn my ruler, and now I need to put a little dot at each line this way. So now I'm gonna put a dot at each inch here, a tiny lightweight dot. And then I'm gonna do the same thing down this way. And when these lines intersect, they're gonna make those 1 inch by 1 inch squares. So now I'm gonna take my ruler, I'm gonna line up this dot along with the dot here at the bottom, draw a super lightweight line. And there we go, and slide my ruler and continue this until you have all of your lines all the way drawn in. If you have any questions, let me know, but I hope that this video helps you. So just always make sure to review, always make sure that you're measuring both sides. You make sure that you line your ruler up with this first hash mark and not the end. And third, you make sure that your pencil lines are really lightweight. Good luck.